Come on, little fire. Don't do this to me. What was that noise? Hello everyone, my name is Lucas and welcome to Made in Canada. In today's episode we'll be talking about The Long Dark, which is by far one of my favorite survival games. So let's get started. The Long Dark is a survival simulator currently in development by Hinterland Studios, located in Vancouver. The studio was founded by Raphael van Lierop, a veteran of the gaming industry that has worked in games such as Warhammer 40k, Space Marine, Far Cry 3 and others. The game features two modes, Story and Sandbox mode, but given that the game is still in early access, the Story mode has yet to be released, so in the meantime we will focus on the Sandbox mode. The main plot of the game is actually quite interesting and very different from the usual. No zombie bullcrap like every other survival game out there. You play as a pilot who happens to be in the worst place when disaster happens. A geomagnetic disaster has destroyed the technology that we know. So yeah, we're fucked. You have the choice between two characters, and this is just to give you an idea of the quality of game that we're dealing with here. The male character is voiced by Mark Meer, better known for his role as Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect series. The female character is voiced by Jennifer Hale, better known for her role as, well, Commander Shepard. This game is the very best example of survival of the fittest. The Long Dark pushes you to the limits, and this is how. The environment. As you start the game, you will spawn somewhere in one of the multiple playable locations in the game. Cold is your number one enemy, but it is not the only one. Almost every decision that you will make in the game will be affected by one single question: how cold it is outside. Finding shelter is one of the most important things in this game. It will allow you to survive the harsh weather conditions, provide you with a place to sleep, as well as the chance to find food, medicine, tools, or even weapons. Wildlife in this game is one of the other important factors you need to worry about, and the game does something very good about it. I'm not ashamed to say that animals have scared the crap out of me. They are here to keep you in your goddamn toes. While you're busy trying not to die of hunger or thirst, there is a constant threat that something might be following you, and sometimes you will notice too late. Wolves are the most common occurrence in things that want to eat you in this game. They usually hang around settlements, and this is done to keep some sort of balance to the game, as it would be simply just be too easy to walk to every house and live off every resource you can find in there with any sort of challenge. So when you go to any kind of settlement, expect to see your furry friends. I have experienced my share of extreme fear, and this happened when I crossed a bear for the first time. Nothing gets as scary as a 700-pound killing machine running straight for you. Fortunately, not everything in the game wants to have you for dinner. Deers and rabbits are animals that can be hunted for their precious meat as well as leather, as well as certain materials that are needed for crafting, like skin clothes and even the newly introduced survival bow. So let's talk about how to actually survive the game. Your condition, which starts at 100%, is what determines the current health of your character. There are 4 needs that can cause the loss of condition: fatigue, cold, hunger, and thirst. And of course, taking damage of any sort will result in the loss of condition too. Condition can be restored by resting, but at a certain point you might need to use medicine to cure yourself. Being attacked by a wolf, for example, might leave your character with lacerations and even infections. This continuously drains your condition until restored. Fatigue determines how long your character can stay awake. Sprinting and performing tasks will increase your fatigue. The best way to deal with fatigue is to sleep, but there are alternatives to it, like drinking coffee. Failing in restoring your fatigue will cause your character to walk slow, carry less items, and even get a blurry vision. The cold meter tells you if your character can withstand the combined forces of low temperatures and wind chill. You can fight this by wearing warmer clothes, being indoors, or next to a fire. Once full, your character will start feeling the effects of hypothermia. You will have, of course, a detailed information of the current weather conditions on the status panel that can change during the day, for the better or the worst. Hunger and thirst are, as their names imply, how hungry or thirsty your character is, and as I have found myself, one of the easiest things to find during the early stages of the game. Food and water can be found in many of the multiple locations of the map, most prominent in villages, fishing huts, and sometimes even cars. You can even melt and boil ice when near a fire. But eventually, food will start to become scarce, and you will have to resort to your tools to hunt. One very important thing to take into account is calories. Calories are restored by eating and are essential to do basically everything. Anything you do will consume calories, even sleeping. Not having calories will cause your character to lose condition. Tools is another really interesting feature in this game, because there is such an extensive array of things you can use and even things you can't survive without. One example is a sewing kit. Sewing kits are such an important tool because it allows you to repair your clothes, and repairing your clothes will not only restore their durability, but also increase their warming effect. Besides what you might find while exploring, there are also tools that can be crafted with the help of a workbench. But let me warn you right off the bat, some tools might overwhelm you by how complicated their crafting process is. Let's take for example the survival bow. If you are one of the unlucky few that never manages to find the hunting rifle, you will eventually have to resort to the bow to hunt, which requires cured maple sapling and cured gut. The gut might be easier to come by, you can just get it from animals, but I have as of today found one single maple sapling. Add that to the fact that you need to craft the arrows that need their own saplings and crow feathers. And you guess it, I have yet to find crow feathers in the game. All in all, I can but be amazed by the amazing quality and depth that Hinterland Studios is bringing in the already saturated survival genre. Every aspect from the game feels like a very new and refreshing experience. The game's strongest attribute is how immersive it is, either while exploring and just being amazed by the incredible and breathtaking environments, and at the same time, the constant thought that we might be the only ones alive. Hey, thanks for watching this video, but don't worry, there will be many more coming out soon. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a comment or a like. Hell, you might as well subscribe. My name is Lucas, and I'll see you in the next Made in Canada.